Alright, so it's about time we talk about prompt engineering ingredients in ChatGPT. First off, I want you to understand that there is no one-size-fits-all approach to designing prompts for AI. Each output from ChatGPT is going to vary based on the words you use, the tone of your command, the context in which you're asking ChatGPT to consider when writing its output, etc. So for example, I'm going to give, down here in my chat box, we are on the new page, and if you are trying to figure out how to start a new chat, there's a new chat function right here. I'm going to give ChatGPT the following prompt. Can you tell me, y'all have to forgive me, I'm a slow typer, how to become a better guitar player? Let's see what it says. I'll let it do its thing here. If you want, go ahead and pause and just read this. I'm not going to read this back to you. But it's giving me some pretty basic approaches to becoming a better guitar player. These are cool, right? It's a great way to start. What I really want to do, even though this works, since my recipe was like a little bland, so was the output that I received, right? And that's always going to happen. If you're bland with your question, or if you're more general, then you're going to get a pretty general response. So let's spice it up. I'm going to use an action word at the beginning of my prompt. And these action words can be like create or make, etc., etc. I'm going to ask it to do something different. I am asking it to create, that's my action word, create a plan to be able to play and memorize 5 guitar chords in 1 month. Much more specific. Let's see what it says. What I already like is that it got a little more specific. It told me to choose 5 chords to learn, which I'm assuming are the basic chords to learning guitar, or at least a good starting point. It's telling me how long I can practice for a day, to be able to get better. Now, this is much more tailored to my current need, but honestly, it's still not giving me what I need it to give, because the plan is kind of boring, honestly. So I'm going to get more specific with ChatGPT and tell it what I really want. So I call this rephrasing, but it's pretty much telling Chat to give you a better response, but you have to be a little creative here, which is good. So let's ask it the following. Rewrite this plan with more interesting practice activities that will keep me engaged for a month. So a couple of things I want to point out that it did. It's giving me this cool approach of saying, use different strumming patterns, practice with different tempos, try writing a short song or a melody that uses these chords foundation. There's an endless rabbit hole we could go down with this prompt, but let's try something deeper and more juicy. So I'm going to roleplay with ChatGPT. You are a veteran YouTube expert with 10 years of experience in video creation and channel growth. You have helped successful YouTubers like Logan Paul, Joe Rogan, and the Joe Budden podcast grow to millions of subscribers. Using your experience, give me 5 ways to grow my YouTube channel that only has 400 subscribers currently. See what it says. Chat finished up, and it gave me some detail to be more consistent with creating high quality content, optimizing your video titles, things that I didn't understand, like what to say in your descriptions, that your titles are important. This is still a pretty general response. So I'm going to be more specific. I'm going to have to be more specific with what I really need. So instead, I'm going to ask it to rewrite these steps to be more tailored to my travel YouTube channel niche. And it's going to do that for me. When I write my prompts, I like to use resources. And I actually use this resource called How to Write the Perfect ChatGPT Prompt and Become a Prompt Writer. This is included in our resource guide, so you might as well actually go ahead and open this up because it's time for you to write your first prompt if you haven't already. Here's what I need you to understand. I need you to not worry about writing the right prompt. Don't worry about writing the right prompt. This is your time to experiment and see what combinations of ingredients give you the recipe that fits your taste. So when you finish that, let's head on over to the next video and keep it pushing.